The deep skull is the earliest modern human remain in Southeast Asia. This 40,000-year-old modern skull was found in the deepest trench of Gua Nyah in Sarawak in the late 1950s. After more than 50 years, Malaysia has come a long way in the field of archaeology. Discoveries have shed light on prehistoric life. Who were the stone tool makers of Kota Tampan, and what happened to them during the volcanic eruption that blackened the sky? What was the rare disease that crippled Perak's oldest skeleton? Who were the makers of ancient pottery in Sabah? What happened to the skeletons in Kelantan's largest prehistoric cemetery that vanished without a trace? These are mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Join us now on a quest to seek out Malaysia's astounding prehistoric heritage. The past has always fascinated mankind, luring intrepid explorers to trek across deserts or hack their way through jungle to uncover ancient secrets. Since the early days of exploration, archaeology has become more advanced. Discoveries are profound and significant. In the last 50 years, archaeology has become a major source of information on man's past 2 million years on Earth. In Malaysia, the first forays into early history were led by British pioneers. Gail Siefking was the curator of museums in Malaya when he excavated Gua Cha in 1954. He had found Peninsular Malaysia's largest Neolithic trove of skeletons, jewellery and pottery. 4 years later, Tom Harrison, the curator of Sarawak Museum, made another significant discovery, a 40,000-year-old skull in Gua Nyah. The deep skull is the earliest known record of humans in Malaysia. It placed East Malaysia on the human migration map from Africa to Australia. It was not until the 1970s that a Malaysian archaeologist would make her mark on Gua Nyah. Determined to discover more of Malaysia's prehistory, Professor Zuraina Majid was convinced that early man must have trekked through peninsular Malaysia to reach Australia. But where does one start when looking for a Paleolithic archaeological site?
Having worked at Gua Nyah, a Paleolithic site in Sarawak, I said we must have something in Semenanjung, Malaysia, because it is a land bridge from mainland Southeast Asia to insular Southeast Asia. So what I wanted to do was to find out whether or not we had a Paleolithic site in Lenggong.
For centuries, Lenggong Valley has largely remained undisturbed. Located in the Perak River Basin, the valley comprises 7 limestone complexes covering about 30% of the land surface area.
So I came here to look for the site, and lo and behold, what I got was a lot more.
In 1987, Professor Zuraina stumbled upon one of the most important finds in archaeology, not only for Malaysia, but also for the whole world. She had found a stone tool workshop.
We opened up a few trenches there, and I was very surprised that it was an undisturbed site. Now, an undisturbed site is like jackpot, because it's going to tell you the story. You'll be able to piece together the story. And to get an undisturbed Paleolithic site is rare.
This is also the longest period in which humans evolved from ape-like features to modern man. The Paleolithic age marks the emergence of early man and his fashioning of the first stone tools some 2 million years ago. In Malaysia, it was an era that lasted to about 10,000 years ago.
During Paleolithic times, the culture revolved around stone as the raw material. And the technology for stone tool was the basis of their culture.
Dr. Mokhtar Saidin learnt the art of stone tool making from studying the tools of Kota Tampan. Stone tools were used for a variety of tasks, including cutting open animal carcasses and slicing through muscle. They were also able to smash through bone for its marrow. The stone tools found at Kota Tampan were not as attractive as those found in Africa. Archaeologists consider Southeast Asia as the backwaters of civilization based on the appearance or the morphology of stone tools. Kota Tampan proved them wrong.
We cannot just look at tool morphology, but we have to consider what went on in their minds when they were making the stone tools, how much they knew about what they were doing. They were really pretty advanced. They knew exactly what type of raw material would make sharp stone tools, and they used the best that was around that would give them the sharpest edge. They also flaked it in such a way that they could use it for the tropics. So that really showed that they were very aware of the lithology of stone. They knew their geology. It was as if they had taken Geology 101. You know, of all the stone types available, they had chosen the best.
At Kota Tampan, clusters of stone tools were discovered all over the site, as if different people were sitting around, maybe even at different times, making stone tools by an established method of production that was both systematic and organized. Their workshop was found near a lake.
Many thousand years ago, a lake existed in the Kota Tampan area, and that lake was created by a natural landslide. Many people lived around that lake. You have water, you have protection on one side, you have your fish. It's not a peculiar situation. Everywhere else where you have a lake, you are bound to find old settlements.
How old was the stone tool workshop at Kota Tampan? The Great Toba eruption in Sumatra 74,000 years ago was the largest in the last 2 million years. The eruption produced ash columns of 50 to 80 kilometers high, spreading fine ash to as far away as India. The ash would have severely affected Perak, which is only 250 kilometers away from Lake Toba. The ash cloud caused total darkness for more than 2 weeks, making it difficult for humans to survive. Studies were conducted on ash found between the stone tools at the site.